Rugby League is back.
Drum roll, please.
You're a true Warriors fan.
I have no recollection of that hot take.
We don't all have to agree.
It's good to be back.
It's just a really boring team.
Oh, partner.
Start winning some games.
I think there'll be a lot of changes to the team.
I've got them making the 8 for mine.
Let's go. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Advantage Line, TAB's Rugby League betting podcast. My name is Carl Tiley. That is Paul Mawate. Paul, it's a sad, sad day.
The end of the NRL season.
End of the NRL season has come.
Yeah. Yep.
But Rugby League's not finished yet.
No, it's not.
The Pacific Championships.
We do.
But it's still a sad day.
It is a sad day, but we were treated to some fantastic footy on grand final day.
We were. And one man that does look sad, Nick Tedeschi.
I've never seen him sadder.
How are you, Teddy?
Well, unfortunately, my peak physical conditioning has sent me limp over the line. I've
It's a long
pulled
season.
up crook as a dog. I brought back memories of the 1994 grand final when Canterbury got flogged by Canberra, and I developed sinusitis and was out of action for like 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure Mum thought I was dogging it for like the first 3 days because the dogs had lost. Turns out I had a serious medical condition, but that's what I felt like now. I got absolutely stripped out. A long, fun, great season, but taking its toll. And the big fella from Orange is in all sorts.
It is a lot. Like when you think back, it is a very long season. 27 weeks of football plus another 4 of finals.
Plus all the prep you do, like leading up to it. Like you really, the only month I really don't think about football is probably after the international. So I'd say end of November through to like pre-Christmas. I'm still joking for a bit pre-Christmas.
So are we talking a long season for us or a long season for the players? Because it really did sound like we did it tough for quite a while there.
We did. I mean, I had to go to Vegas. That was a lot. It's a long flight. Like the stuff you do for the,
Thankfully, Teddy didn't have to do that.
Well, I wouldn't be here today if that was the case. I may not have seen round 2, but I certainly wouldn't have seen the grand final.
And that's why I'm hosting, Teddy, and you're not.
Bang.
Wow.
No.
We're firing off shots already. Right?
Got to try and lift the energy here a little bit.
Put the boot in when a man's down.
Oh, wow.
We were supposed to have a 4th man in this week.
I'm sure we will.
The young gun that is Surly.
Yeah.
Ben Searle. This is not the first time he hasn't showed up
On time.
for a podcast that he's supposed to be at. Speaking of Vegas, never turned up there. He may turn up, he may not. Let's just see.
Well, he won't get sent off. 4th man doesn't get sent off anymore, so
We will talk about that shortly. Straight into it. This might lift the room, lift the mood, maybe not. Grand final was played over the weekend. Holy hecker. What a game. Round the room, best moment from the game, Paul.
The best moment. Wowee.
What you're asking is the best Reece Walsh moment.
Yeah, it's hard to look past the
Well,
Clive Churchill winner.
I've got the next one is the game. What's the game-changing moment of the game? The moment of the game.
I know the game-changing moment.
Yes.
That was when Kamakamika was going over for the try, and I don't know why he was holding it out in front of. He could have tucked it
that big.
He could have tucked it in. It was only Walsh that was coming across, and he would have just boom.
He could have let the ball hit the ground and just fallen on with his body.
Yes.
I tell you what, the big fella doesn't score many tries. He got excited. He was celebrating before he put that ball down.
What a moron! If I'm a Storm fan, I never forgive him. Guess what? I'm not a Storm fan. I'll never forgive him.
I don't disagree with you, Paul. That's one of the moments. Like, I think he scores that, Melbourne go on.
They go up 18 points.
They win by 20 or 30.
Yeah, totally agree. That game's gone then. For me, the moment was Reece Walsh's tackle on Pap at the end. How he made that tackle and launched it. Now, again, some other more dubious moments involving Reece Walsh that may have turned the game, or the refereeing, including the trip. Shouldn't have been a trip. But that tackle was, for me, the try and the tackle are the moments that stand out. But that tackle, well, greatest tackle in grand final history. That's up there with Sattler and Todd Byrne.
I thought, obviously, Katoa goes through. It's 2-1. You're like, oh, I'm standing up, storm a home here. I thought live, like he made that decision that quickly. I thought live that he tackled Pappenhausen without the ball, but it was obviously simultaneous. He just made the decision, and great tackle.
Was it Katoa that passed the ball? If it does, yeah, no, it's a game of could have, should have, would have. If he throws the dummy, and
it would have been lynched if he thrown the dummy and got tackled.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't fold on that one with Pappenhausen. There's no need for Pappenhausen to be so close.
That close, he should have.
Pappenhausen shouldn't have. When you're 2-1 with the fullback, you should never be able to give him a 2-for-1 option.
Yeah.
I thought one of the second things that hadn't really been discussed was what an ordinary game like Pappenhausen played.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of the worst on the field, and his decision making, like when he made that break, okay, you've lost a bit of speed, you can't help that. The flick back inside was moronic. Going down the blind side, overruling some players, he can go to rugby with that kind of performance.
Wow, that's huge, given he's your favourite player.
Yeah, I know. I've really turned. I've turned hard.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I flip side, those plays come off, he's your Clive Churchill medalist.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't come off.
No, they did.
And also, you've got it like.
All right, pal.
Well, you know, if I was a great athlete, I could have been the Clive Churchill medalist. There's a lot of what ifs.
You're sick though. You can't. You know, that's a tough ask when you're.
I can't get through a podcast, let alone go to football. No, but I think one of the problems with players like Pappenhausen in that situation, maybe they're in declining years, or maybe not as good as they once were, they overestimate their own abilities. And I think the really good players who decline gracefully are the ones who recognise that they're not the player they once were, and they play a role. And Pappenhausen did not do that the other night. But the Broncos were down both their halves.
Yeah.
But and the Storm was so completely disorganised. What, Pap getting tackled on the last? Was it?
Oh yeah.
After a huge stoppage in play.
Yeah.
How bush league was that? Like, yeah. We'll get on to Will Warwick a bit later too, but that combination on the right hand side was, you know what? You sleep with rugby dogs. That's what you get.
Yeah, there's a very, very deep rugby union theme running through this so far.
Well, you know what? Will Warwick did play rugby union, and guess what? Will Warwick was the worst player on the field. Might have been the worst performance since Neville Glover in '78 when he dropped the ball over the line to win the game, and was, without question, up there with Paul Carriage for one of the worst games I've ever played. That was horrific. But no, you guys saw the Vanderbilt game back in the day. That's as bad as that, surely.
You're talking about the Parramatta Eels, Canterbury Bulldogs prelim final.
No, the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, the Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was up with all that.
Yeah. He looked out of his depth big time.
He looked like a baby giraffe who'd just taken some acid. He was all over the shop.
Wow.
Jeepers.
Any other there's so many, particularly Reece Walsh moments. You call out the halves going down, Teddy. I thought for sure when Ben Hunt went down, the Storm were home again, but like they just looked panicked. They would the scoreboard pressure got to them, which for a Storm team doesn't normally happen.
Yep. No, totally. The scoreboard pressure played a massive role in that game, and it goes back to not taking twos when they're available and stuff like that. Like, to lose won the championship grand final on the weekend by kicking 5 penalty goals. You know what? Who cares if you go from 0 to 2 or 6 to 8 or 2 to 4? Kick the goddamn goal and go back and get the ball again. Pile the pressure on. Like, it was going to get to a tipping point with the Broncos. They hadn't been close to it where they couldn't run down that score.
Yeah. And
I thought, we'll get on to I'm talking a lot of Storm negativity early on because that's the kind of mood I'm in. But we'll get on to the Broncos soon because they were like absolutely fantastic. Like Reece Walsh, that was the single greatest performance I've ever seen. Definitely in the grand final.
Yeah.
And you've never seen a player like if the Broncos got beat at the end, Reece Walsh would have won the Clive Churchill medal and would have deserved it. Most of the other ones from losing teams didn't really deserve it. It was just a kind of quirk of the voting. Not this time. They would have deserved it. But I thought Cameron Munster went missing. I thought he was very
certainly in the second half he did.
Yeah, wasn't poor in the sense that he did a lot wrong, but you're a senior player. You need to step up. I thought Hughes was fantastic, in the first half, but yeah, I didn't love the performance of the other big squad members there. I thought Grant was solid, but I thought Munster and Pappenhausen were very, very poor.
They just came out flat in the second half. Ali Katoa was a man on fire in the first half.
Yeah,
I got excited. I jumped on the Clive Churchill at half time. I was like, Ali Katoa, this is his to lose.
Well, I backed Jerome Hughes and Ali Katoa for the Clive Churchill medal and was absolutely laughing at half time. Which one's going to win?
Yeah. They just came out flat. I mean, Couture had some brilliant moments of brilliance throughout their second half, but
he's one guy who can hold his head up very high.
Yeah,
Ali Katoa was Melbourne's best for the 80 minutes. Even at the end, gave him a chance to win it. But some big names were missing. And some of the defence, goal defence, like Nick Meaney. Oh wow, Meaney and Warbrick, that edge was exposed time and time again. Is this something like? Warbrick was making bad decisions, but just some of the tackling from Manny was very, very poor.
Yeah.
Well, Shibasaki scored 2 tries.
And got himself an Australian jersey.
All right. We'll come back. I'm sure we will come back to some moments in that game shortly. But we are going to move on to the moment I've been waiting for all season. The betting review. And we're going to crown a winner pool for the NRL season.
NRL season. Righty-ho.
Teddy, can we get a little wry smile maybe? He's looking flat. I'll tell you what, at halftime, you speak of being up and about at halftime, I'd claimed victory, a comeback victory for the ages at halftime. All 4 of my bets were live. They were all looking clean and good. I was going to be counting the cash.
So I thought, hello, sailor. I'm up and about here, but
talk about bad beats.
I got one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of any up, but
another one. I'm going to argue you could just give it to me.
No.
Come on, hit us.
Okay, we'll start with the bottom of the table. That's me.
Can you go back and tell us the results from last week?
Yep.
Just the numbers. You don't need to go through the bets.
Yep. Last week, I was up $30.
Nice.
Okay. Last week, Teddy was down $150 just for the week, not for the season.
Before the grand final.
This was the prelims. Yeah. Carl was up $90 for the week.
Oh, you made it out like I was going to be up way more than that.
Well, just like in.
I see why we're going back to the prelim final.
You were up 90. That's a 260 swing.
I was expecting up hundreds.
Wow.
Hundreds.
Who's next? Surly? Surly was down $20 for the week. And, Blakey, down 150 for the week. Okay. So that's what happened in the prelims.
So what were the who
this Asian collapse is worse than the Storm collapse.
Okay, so I was minus 847.50 that was last week.
So your chance of minus 1,000 here.
We'll get to that. The next worst was...
I believe minus 1,000 instant dismissal as well. So
I think he'll fall $3 short.
Look, if only you'd brought that up at the beginning of the season, Teddy, we locked it in. Right, next worst was Surly, minus 282 for the season. That was last week. Wow. Blake, minus $135 for the season.
Wow.
Last week.
Never try to defend your way to a title. It cost Action, it cost the Storm.
Next was Carl, minus $90.30 for the season.
That's basically flat.
Top of the table.
Basically, not quite.
$108.25 to the positive.
Well done, Teddy. So
last
you've got
week.
a,
So that's
two-
last week, okay?
You've got a $200 lead on me.
I won't be buying it.
Right. Grand final. And of course, we added an extra $25 for the Clive Churchill medal winner, which means there was 175 put down last week.
I think we could probably forget that.
I was minus 175 for the grand final.
Oh, that takes them over the $1,000.
And I'm minus $1,022.50.
You're off. You're off. Walk away. Leave your
Give me your
laptop.
laptop. Give me your
HR
laptop.
on the way out. You're
To-
done.
To the punters, I truly apologise for Paul this season.
Well, hold on a minute.
He will be put on a performance plan,
What?
betting 101, rugby league 101, and he will, if we need him, come back bigger, better, and stronger next season.
If we need
He's
him.
flying over to Australia. He's staying in the orange basement, the dungeon, for a month. And we're gonna have a full-on rugby league
Indoctrination.
indoctrination. I'll tell you what, he's going to come home, Carl. You're going to be a new host for your rugby union podcast.
Minus 1,000.
Next worst. Well, we'll go to Surly because he was minus 62.50 for the grand final. He had one winning bet. That was Willie Warbrick to score a try. And he finished the season minus 152.80, Surly. Minus 150.
How's that possible? You just said he was minus 280 before.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you shit. Sorry. I'll move it along. He was minus 37.50, Surly. His one winning bet was Ali Katoa to score a try.
So he's down 320.
He's down $319.91. Right. Then we go to our early season leader, Blake. He was minus 37.50 for the grand final. His only winning bet, Ali Katoa to score a try. He finished the season minus 172.50. Carl, one winning bet. It was Willie Warbrick to score a try. Minus 62.50 for this week. Minus 152.80 for the season. And the only shining light, the only positive, was our good friend Teddy Tedeschi. Once again, he only had one winning bet from the grand final. That was
Good one, huh?
It was a very good one. Jerome Hughes at $4.75 to score a try. He was up 62.50 for the week, and he's up 170.75 for the season.
Well, I'd like to thank all the fans that followed the bets. I'd like to thank my co-hosts. I'm gonna really enjoy being the one sent to Vegas next year as the prize. Thanks, Carl, for organising that. Well played, everyone.
The Wars aren't going, so there's no one going.
Just like Teddy, I think that's you and I finishing in the 1-2 for 2 consecutive years.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Blake fell out of it, but I'm not. I'd like to go over. We're not surprised to finish last. Some of the little air bets that went on.
That is not great betting from us over the course of the season, is it?
Tough year. I'm so surprised I finished in the positives because I can tell you what, my personal betting did not finish in the positives.
We're down.
Let's not go into how far down.
We're down 1.5. Collectively.
One of us is down 1.1.
Yeah. All right.
1.022.
Not bad though. Hey, it's not bad. How many tackles did Ben Hunt finish on? Was it 28 or 29?
Last time I looked,
You
it was
didn't even
28.
check, did you?
Yes, I did. It was
Okay.
28 last time I looked.
Okay, I didn't.
That was hysterical.
That was
hysterical.
the sickest of beats.
That's so.
That would.
Oh, there's some sick beats. That's up there.
That bet was home.
That's brilliant.
Unbelievable. Oh well, good season, fellas. Hey, now onto the Pacific Championships.
This
We
is
can,
where I make my mark.
Okay.
Oh, I love international footy.
Before we get there, let's go to the good, the bad, and the ugly for this week. Teddy, because you're up and about after your win, would you like to kick it off?
Well, I'm no genius for this one, but the good was a great grand final. Obviously, the best individual performance you'll ever see. And you can watch this game for 100 years, you'll not see a performance in the grand final as good as Reece Walsh's. And just kind of from a business note, the TV ratings made it the most watched sport in Australia for the year, surpassing the AFL. So Combat AFL, provincial sport, number 2, on your way. Rugby League, the global game, the beautiful game, on top.
How good. I'll follow on from that. And grand final, amazing. Reece Walsh, amazing. Question, and it's kind of rhetorical, kind of not. Is this the best, the greatest season of NRL we've ever seen?
Too early to tell at the moment. Too early to tell at the moment because I was fresh off. Everyone on the high of the great grand final, but it's got to be up there.
Great.
Season.
Just
few downsides, like coach sackings came late, no send-offs, all that stuff.
Jeez. Here
but
we go.
In terms of like some of the results, some of the play, the closeness on the table, like heading into the last couple of rounds, probably the closest season we've seen in a long time. Some very, very bright spot. Like I think the Dolphins missed the 8 again, but their season was very good. Like the amount of points they scored, the way in which they scored them, incredible to watch every week. Raiders, betting favourites to come last. Minor Prems, stormed it again. Warriors fans rejoiced. We're back in the 8. Like, just, I don't know. Had a lot of fun this season. A lot of fun.
From a parity point of view, definitely one of the best seasons. What we lacked was probably the real classy team that played that exceptional football throughout. Like, I don't think people will remember this Brisbane side as great premiers.
Like, remember their run home, knocking off the Raiders.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
You
know what? This stuff lives in memory as much as a great team. Yeah, maybe even more so. It was a different kind of season, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I love seeing the Raiders do well. I love seeing how fun this is to watch. The Warriors were great to watch. Particularly when Luke Metcalf was there. Like, it was great as a Dogs fan until the implosion at the end. Like, it was great to see them back there. It was like 2 largest ever regular season crowds in the history of the game this year, both Dogs games. So I'm playing it was a fantastic year. I'm just always mindful of calling it the best year ever, without kind of looking back on other seasons and going, well, but you know what? If you gun in my head, forced to pick a year, this would be the one.
Yeah. What's your good, Paul?
Grand final day as a whole, I thought we saw another great match in the NRLW final with the Broncos getting another win over the Rooster Boy with the
who were robbed. Robbed.
Well, yeah, we could probably get to that a
Was
little
it a
bit
try?
later.
Was it a try?
But boy, did the Roosters were their own worst enemy at times. They really miss that. What's her name? Aiken. She makes a huge difference to that Roosters team, and they seem to lose a wee bit of sort of direction. They're not using the weapons that they have. Robinson, she hardly saw the ball at times during that match. And
well, guess what? Julia Robinson wasn't up against some absolute plotter. She was up against Isabel Kelly this time. So anyone who's backing Julia Robinson was off the head for man of the match, because Isabel Kelly is not going to let her do anything.
I still thought Robinson had her moments during that game. She's a bloody good player. And then, of course, we saw the Wars in the state championship game just absolutely demolish the Burleigh Bears. But when you look at the lineup that the Wars had,
such a stacked team.
Yeah, Tuopicky, Boyd, Ali Leotawa was in the centres, the forwards. Once again, there's been a number of those boys who have seen a bit of Premier NRL first grade action. So yeah, the whole day I thought was very, very good. Just would like it to start a wee bit earlier.
You know, they're going to talk about the great travesties of 2025. They're going to talk about Ukraine. They're going to talk about Palestine. But not being able to bet on the state championship game in Australia was one of the great travesties of all time. The Warriors, minus 8.5, was about as free as you'll get. I hope everyone in New Zealand filled up.
What, that 32-0 at halftime, was it? Or did barely get one?
Yeah, didn't they get one before halftime?
Maybe.
Didn't matter, but the overs and the minus were as good as it got.
Exactly.
Good.
As they always are in that game.
It was, good to see for the Warriors, boys. Well done. Congratulations. And
So is that the club's first ever time? Oh, a couple of NYCs.
Couple of
NYCs, yeah. Yeah, I think that's
which they said on the broadcast that this was the first time the Warriors had been in a grand final, which was incorrect.
I thought
winning it.
I'm sure there's been a New South Wales Cup grand final, hasn't there?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, we had 2011. All three teams were in the finals, in the grand final.
And it was only the NYCs that won, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what commentary feed you were getting over there, but we had Blocker Roach and Mark Howell, so getting much sense out of those two was non-existent.
We had Channel 9. Wasn't much better. Nice. Good stuff. Bad. Teddy.
Oh, what to choose?
Well, we'll just group this as quote-unquote refereeing. We can start with Belinda Sharp awarding that try in the Roosters Broncos NRW game.
Ufunga,
match winning try. You can't award that. You just cannot award that. Like, she absolutely just had a guess. The ball got nowhere near the ground. And for once, I actually don't blame Butler. I actually follow the process. When the ball got tucked back in, it could hit the ground. It may not have. But the ball, in no way, I've been Belinda Sharp's biggest fan and biggest defender. That was absolute bush league. And that all that does is hurt the women's game. If you ask me. Officiating like that does no favours at all. The refereeing in the side as well, I thought was extremely poor. A lot of people thought it may have been better than Ashley Klein doing it. Not sending Reece Walsh to the sin bin for a shoulder charge to the head was about as gutless a decision as I've ever seen. I'm all for the grand final, let him play. You cannot let a guy shoulder charge on a guy in the head. Like, absolutely, please. Like, that was very poor. And then the tripping call, I thought was a real turning point. The Storm had weathered the storm, so to speak, and got the ball back in the corner. And then it goes back, 2 plays? To penalty on tripping. Like, I thought we'd moved beyond going back multiple plays and awarding a penalty. Like, I thought that was very poor.
It wasn't even a trip. Like he was.
It wasn't a trip.
In the process of making a tackle. And he's just his legs are coming through. Like it was so bad.
It was so far from a trip. It's not even funny. That was extremely poor.
I'll jump in the back because mine's the same. Essentially, the interpretation of the rules in big games.
Yeah.
Like there was three plays, 3 shoulders to heads in that grand final. I get it. Flying footy, no whistles, let the boys play. I get it. But when you've got an infringement that might garner someone 10 in the bin and 3-week suspension in rounds 1 to 27, why does it change on grand final day? Like, do we need another set of rules for big games?
Oh, absolutely. Like this whole, we care about players' health, we care. What absolute BS. Absolute rot.
And to send Lero off at the end, like you
made even more guts.
Everything, it was poor, and it was bad. Like you say, I get it. They don't. No ref wants to be their ref that makes a decision that changes a game from pulling someone out. But Walsh should have gone. I can't remember who the second person was. They should have gone, and then obviously Lero did go. So.
Yeah, I just thought, it's not Adam G a few years ago. We always go back to Adam G as one of the great grand final referee performances. It wasn't that he didn't blow any penalties. It was that he understood the momentum of the game and the flow of the game. Foul play was still called. Foul play was still penalised. And you know what? Adam G would have seen this in. And had Ashley Klein in the box there, not advising that. For starters, why are you putting the referee whose job you took as the bunker official? You think this guy's no competitor? It's only like, you think Ashley Klein is not motivated to stitch up Grant Atkins? I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying, like, from a pure theoretical point of view, That's absolutely ridiculous to have had him in the box then. And it's not advised to put him in the bin. It was direct contact to the head with force.
And the second one, I can't remember who it was, but it was Willison that copped it in the face. Was it Willison? And he had to go off for an HIA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, if you're off for an HIA, there's clearly force there.
Absolutely. And even just simple stuff without the foul, like the vicious acts like that. Like, Ryan Patrick hasn't clearly had his legs taken out from when he was going for a ball. But that's been called all year. Much less has been called all year for tackling in the air. It's not. It's the job of the attacking team running through to clear space if you're not competing so he can land. But Reece Walsh has come and clipped him and he flipped over. Like, sorry, that's a penalty every day of the week. Yeah. He will never referee another grand final again, nor should he.
At this rate, no one's going to be there for refereeing.
Actually, he will ref another grand final because that's what they do in the NRL.
What's your bad, Paul?
It's already been covered, but the try that was awarded to Hufanga, she had at least 2 tacklers on her, and I can't remember who it was, but one of them had her hand around and under the ball completely.
I can't believe it was awarded.
Might have touched the ground though.
It almost certainly didn't, but there's no way Blue Sharp should be guessing that.
All right. Do I dare ask what your ugly is?
You're ugly, yeah.
Teddy.
The Dally M Awards are a shambolic disgrace. An absolute shambles. This is the Premier Individual Awards. This is something that the AFL, the Brownlow Medal, I don't know in New Zealand what the AFL Brownlow Medal is. They read out every vote for every game. It's given the absolute prestige it deserves. The whole night goes 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, it's a big deal. They jam in 2 awards, the teams of the year, coaches of the year. They jam in maybe 30 awards and try and get it all done in an hour. There was not a single vote read out in the last 4 rounds. Just James Tedesco who won. Who knows who comes second? It is a disgrace. It should be split up into a male and a female Dalians, and there should also be a team of the year night as well. 3 separate events. And also, while I'm at it, any chance we can have a bet on it? Like, come on now. Come on, PVR.
All right. My ugly, I've got 2. First one, Jared Warrior-Hargraves about to potentially miss out on the Super League Grand Final.
Was that the tackle?
I didn't think there was anything in that tackle.
No.
He's just flopped on the bloke, and they've given him 3 weeks for it.
When you've got 20 years of history of heroes.
I know.
That's it there.
But, he's a pretty good servant to the game. He, played over 300-odd NRL games in the front row.
Tough guy, but tough guys live on the edge.
Oh, please, let him play. Let him have his last game. And
thanks, Graham.
Hey, don't do that. That's unfair. Second one you'll love, Teddy. Rugby 360, R360 drums are getting louder and louder.
I've got a question for you.
Sure.
Question for you.
How much would it take me to jump ship? Not a lot.
No, because everyone jump ship. I'm not an anti-rugby human on the face of the earth who will hold everyone to account the entire time they live. Of course I'm jumping. How much has the NRL missed Joseph Swalihi and Joey Manu this year? The answer is 0.
Yeah. Zero, yeah.
There is no one who's going, oh, gee, the Roosters would be better if they had Swalihi and Manu. No one notices. No one cares. Rugby League itself continues to produce great players. And yep, the player that took him was a rugby player. Topped the try score, had a great year. And when he goes back, no one's going to care. Rugby League is not going to lose out. Oh, Jai Gray's gone. Guess what? Jai Gray wasn't in anyone's best 17 for South at the start of the year. I'm sorry, it's not the end of the world. Rugby League will survive. I think the area where it could be do the most damage is the NRLW. That is where I'd be most concerned.
Yep.
Because these girls have generally played, these women have generally played both codes. Like, for a long time in Australia, they had to play both codes. The money is good, but they're still only semi-professional. And I would think that they would find it very hard to stop that. And I can't imagine there's a rugby union female in the world who has the ability of Tamika Upton. The answer is no. I don't know any, but the answer is no.
That English fullback's pretty good.
Maybe Portia Woodman.
She's got a Barbie. Yeah, has Tamika got a Barbie doll? I don't think so.
What's her name?
Portia Woodman.
Portia Wycliffe Woodman.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That says it all. There's rugby union for you in a nutshell. We've got Tamika Upton. You've got Portia Whitlow Woodland.
Wycliffe Woodman.
Go look her. Go watch some of the tries, Teddy. She would roll straight through you, pal.
She can get a long queue of people who would roll straight through.
Yeah.
Not the standard. Not the standard I hold things to.
I did hear this morning, or read this morning, around R360 that Payne Haas has told his management not to entertain any offers under $3 million. Which I love that.
I love that too. And you know what? If he goes, he should be banned for life, of course. But if he goes and takes the $3 million, go and take it. Live with the consequences. Go and do what you want to do. But PVL is going to come down hard, and people should be banned for life. But they should be copying the live treatment. Because that's all this essentially is, in my understanding. That this is just Saudis trying to do our own rugby competition. Fine, lots of money. Then you're out of the good stuff. You're out of rugby league. You're not winning premierships, and you're not going and earning $3 million for a year and coming back. And you know what? You look at some people who went to live, and there have been some real winners out of that. Jochen Neiman, Till Hatton. They've kept playing majors. They continued to the elite level. And then there are people like Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka who have just gone and earned their cash, and they have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Brooks
is not on a Ryder Cup team. Could you believe that 4 years ago that Brooks Koepka would not be on a Ryder Cup team? No one was even discussing him whether he should be. Yeah. Ben Griffin was well ahead of him. Yeah, so I think, players, PVL's right. Players need to be very careful about what they choose. And if you're Will Kennedy at the back end of your career, or someone's going to offer you $3 million at Payne Haas, or you're a fringe first grade like Joe Gray, take your money, but know there's consequences, because guess what? There's another Joe Gray coming through. There's another Payne Haas coming through, and rugby league will be fun.
Well said. Paul, what's your ugly?
I want to look forward slightly, and the non-selection of Peyton Takimoana in the Kiwi Ferns.
Disgrace.
This has, who was it? Olivia Koenig. This is sort of a very much similar vibes to her non-selection for Australia. But Peyton Takimoana, the second top try scorer in the NRLW. She was one of the two wingers in the Dally M Team of the Year, and she can't make the squad. Are you kidding me? What else does she have to do? This sort of rings of the squad was selected months ago.
I'll also put the team together last night. We'll go through it when we discuss the Pacific Championships. But by my reckoning, your wingers are going to be Leanta Funga and Abigail Roach. Both of them don't play on a wing normally.
Correct.
Like, why are you not putting... Maybe that's true.
Okay. That's a pretty good segue to roll into the Pacific Championships.
And let's not just talk... And Ashes as well. There's an Ashes series on.
Yeah, I know, but it's another week away, so I thought we could talk Ashes next week.
Yep. Good.
There's a method to the madness here, Ted.
Pacific Championship doesn't start this week, does it?
It starts 6 days earlier than the Ashes does.
Does it?
Does.
I know the Prime Minister's 13 games this week against PNG, and just quietly, You want to be on if you want to be on the minus in the women until your nose bleeds, your eyes bleed, your ears bleed. I don't care what the line is, 100 minus
on
the
Prime
women.
Minister's
The
on the
women.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not open yet. But
What
it'll
about
go,
the
up like,
men?
it'll go up like 50. It won't be enough.
I've seen the men's team. I reckon without PNG are a chance.
Yeah, the men's team is a bit different. It depends. The PNG is not their strongest side either. There's no Evelyn Park there and all that, but they've got a good side.
Anyway, Pacific champs. How do we want to do this? The teams have been named. I've got the men's teams in front of me here.
4 of the 6 have been named. I haven't seen PNG or Cook Islands yet.
No, I've only got the top tier of the Pacific Championships here in front of me. Kiwis, Tonga, Samoa. We'll just open it up here. Anything stand out in any team there for either of you guys?
Well, for the starters, I'm thrilled at the strength of the Tongan and Samoan teams.
Very strong.
Like, if I was pricing this up, I would probably have Tonga marginal favourites.
So the odds are New Zealand 240, Tonga 260, Samoa 350.
I'd have Samoa short on that, and probably Tonga and New Zealand longer. Like I'd have Tonga maybe 260, but New Zealand maybe $3, Samoa $3.10. Like it's legit close. And you look at the team and the strengths of it. It's like for mine that New Zealand pack is immense. The middles in particular, Tapanavic, Harris, Mathawa, probably lack a bit of dynamic play in their forwards. But as you go to Tonga, yeah, the forward pack that has Fanua Blake, Leka Halasima, Eli Katoa. But that's a pack that can do something.
Yep.
The issue where New Zealand typically come good is experienced halves and better hooker play. Master King is way better than Siliva Havili or Benaya Iolu, so that's a big advantage to New Zealand. But I'm not sure about Dylan Brown and Kieran Foran. Samoa have a choice of Luai with either Talangi or Chino Harris Tavita. That's pretty handy. And Tonga will go with Isaiah Katoa, possibly Isaiah Iongi. So maybe Tonga Collar, but we'll see that.
Tonga, like with Katoa, he's definitely the best 7 of the 3 teams.
Yep.
And can get that team around the park. Has got the forward pack in front of him to do it. Like Kieran Foran, Dylan, like they're both running 6s. Who's going to play 7? It's
for Tonga have historically struggled not having an organising 7. Well, they've got one now. The other thing that stood out for me for Kiwis was how ordinary their 3/4 line looks like relative to the other two. I've got Ronaldo, Casey McLean, Sebastian Chris, Asako. I know you may run some Moko, you may run Chance, whatever in there. But Tonga, Tupou, Kola, Toya, Sani Katoa. Samoa, Toa, Tungo, Taylor May, Dean Mariner. I'd argue that the Kiwis have the worst of the 3.
Yep. Don't disagree. Do we think Kiwi's going to run out Keanu Kenny at fullback?
I do. He's in my strongest team, so I think the other difference could be coaching as well. When we kind of seen Fiji, I'm not talking about Fiji, I guess, today because they're in the second tier. Are we sure Stacey's good? Good coach? I think that's a concern. Because I know Ben Gardner is good. A great job, so.
Well, didn't Stacey coach the NYC team to both of those championships? He's definitely one of them.
I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I'm just asking the question. Like, a long time assistant. He's going to come with the ideas and tactically the game plan to to win. Because, you know, Tonga certainly will. Yeah, Samoa got Ben Gardner. He's very, very, very astute and will be pretty much running the Perth side, you'd think, when Mal's in charge there. And Christian Wolf's done a pretty fair job at the Dolphins.
That Toa Samoa team just looks so strong.
Look at them, middle. Terrell May,
exactly.
Payne Haas, Josh Papali, off the bench, Junior Paula, Atamariata.
Big squad.
Huge.
Aggressive squad.
Then the back line, it just...
RTS at fullback.
Yeah, exactly. Brian To'o on one wing.
RTS finally playing the position he should have been all year.
Dean Mariner, a 2-try hero from the grand final.
And highly underrated player. But if you're
And then
picking
you've
your
got-
best of squad, I'm not sure the Kiwis have a back in there. Like, who are you taking? Kitty, Papuane, RTS. Probably RTS, right?
Yep.
Wingers, I'm probably picking, well, Tua's definitely, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe Tupou, maybe Mortalo. I'm not sure. Centers definitely Todd Kohler, maybe Casey McLean, but I'd probably go with Isaac Taylor.
What about May?
Was that right?
What about May?
Or maybe May, yeah. And the halves, Isaiah Katoa definitely, and probably with Drum Law. So it's it's just a really even comp this year. I'm thrilled that Australia are in it. Chuffed they're going to play England because I think this is going to make for a great tournament.
One thing, and I mean it's happened for a few years now, but one thing that stood out to me seeing the Kiwis team yesterday, only 2 Warriors.
Love that.
There was a long time there where there was only not 2 Warriors in the team. Obviously shows the depth. There's a shitload of Warriors across the 3 teams. Like it's good to see. I think Kiwis fans need to, and last year was probably the wake up call, need to come to the realization that these other 2 teams should probably be considered tier 1 teams now, tier 1 nations, or very close to. And that this competition is like you said, Teddy, going to be very tight. You throw England and Australia in here. Obviously, Australia are above the rest, but
I'm not sure England are the rank outsiders of the 5. If it's a 5-team comp, they might be the rank outside, and they've got a pretty good side.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know.
Australia would be their favourites, but any one of these teams could pip them on their day.
I don't know that this Australian team would be favourites. Well, of course they would. That's what Boogie can't with. But I think Australia would have a stronger team if they weren't going down the side of the wall. Like James Tedesco would be if they were playing Pacific Champions. So they probably would be favourites. But yeah, I don't know. Like the rise of Tonga and Samoa has been great, and it's sad that Fiji haven't come along for the ride. They've continued to keep more on coach running the show, and political infighting is harder. If you remember, not that many World Cups ago, Fiji were the ones who were always making the semi-finals, and Tonga and Samoa were basket casters. So they're really falling behind Fiji. So, and you look at their side, it's a very poor side. Like, PNG will get them. PNG will win the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, not the cup, the bowl, whatever it is.
Jason Taumalolo.
He started it all, didn't he? Pretty much.
Has changed international rugby forever. Rugby league forever.
Yep.
I'm very pleased to see him picked and named as captain, even though he didn't deserve to be picked and named as captain. Basically his form this year. But great to see because he 100% started. I went to the test in Park with the Tonga beat Australia. I think it was. We're going back when I was over there 7 or 8 years ago now. And it was a great night for rugby league. And the great shame is that we talk about this every year, and people get excited every year, and we spend the next 11 months arguing about player eligibility and doing nothing to promote international football, having no mid-season international breaks, all that rubbish. Whereas these guys just need to be playing a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah. During Origin, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, New Zealand should all be playing.
Can I get an early final? Who's going to be in the final and who's going to win it? Early prediction.
Let's go, Teddy, because I think this could be controversial.
Tonga, Samoa, Tonga to win.
I think it'll be New Zealand, Tonga. Could start pick 'em. I don't know. I'm gonna say the Kiwis, but
I'm going to go Kiwis Samoa final, and Samoa are going to win.
wow.
So we've got all three combinations there.
Yes.
Which is great. Like that's what it should be.
But that's the nature of the competition.
Yeah.
The biggest disgrace, though, is that the final we played at Combank.
I don't know why.
Oh my lord! Australia in the competition. Play it at Eden Park. Play it at Mount Smart. Are you guys off your head?
I will say, like that final last year, Tonga, Australia, that crowd, it was all Tonga.
There was a lot of red.
All Tonga. So the support will be there. But yeah, to play three of the games in New Zealand and then go to Australia for the final seems bizarre.
Yeah, it's just a really weird thing to do. Come on.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on? Pacific Championships?
Well, the women's squads have been named, and Australia are going to win this by the absolute length of the straight.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But the New Zealand team is not the optimal New Zealand side. I'm not sure what Ricky Henry's doing. Like we talked about my girl Peyton, but yeah, I don't see a lot of upside in that team. Whereas when players like Jess Surgis and Sarah Togatuki are sitting on the bench, you've got a good Australian side. And I think I think the longer these seasons go, the more fully professional these guys get, the bigger the gap's going to open up. Because players like Tamika Upton have just gotten better and better and better.
Yep. I'm just trying to find. I don't think we've got odds available yet for the woman.
Funny. It sounds like Brisbane have got the two best fullbacks in both competitions.
Well, they don't have the best fullback in the NRL. James Tedesco did win the Dalian by presumably a record margin, but who knows because the final results were never published and no one's got any idea. But regardless of how good a game Reece Walsh had, James Tedesco's a better fullback.
Yeah, no odds yet for the woman. Something I do find quite funny, which I've just seen the odds out for next year's NRL Premiership 2026. Broncos are your $5 favourites. Leave me out of that.
Massive lay. You want to lay them. You want to lay the Raiders. You want to lay. I'll tell you one of that. You probably want to back Penrith. Read it at the top of the $7, something like that.
$6.
$6. Along with the Storm at $6.
I'd be wary of the Storm because a few questions have got to be asked about their ability to get out of the line in big games. For all Craig Bellamy's greatness, he's lost a lot of grand finals. A lot of grand finals. Again, I'm the biggest Craig Bellamy fan. But a few questions are going to be asked about preparation for the big game, peaking too early, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I tell you, at double figures, the Dogs wouldn't be the worst bet. And I say this under
single
figure. Wow.
$9.
I wouldn't be taking $9, but you get Lachlan Gale on a full pre-season and the system working around him, you're going to see a different Dog side next year. And I think they're a team with a stink about them. You've got to remember they still finished third. Pushed Penrith a lot this year. Like they were, like I think everyone needs to calm down a bit on. Yeah, we blew up the season, but I think in a good spot. I'd be looking at them maybe as a team to act.
Got their middle sorted.
Well, Leo Thompson's coming across, so that's a positive. Hooker's a worry still, but Sam Healy hopefully joining the club sooner rather than later.
Please. Great segue. Warriors paying $17.
Spread the rumor, everybody. Spread the rumor.
Put them on mute. $17 for the Warriors next season to win the comp. Can you hazard a guess?
What's the bar synopsis? Diagnosis. Start of the year? Middle of the year?
I saw some footage of both him and Metcalf running around over the last week or so. So I imagine we are hopeful of early next season for both, which would be huge.
Yep. You don't lose anyone of note, do you?
No, I don't think so.
RTS.
No, he's got another season.
Has he?
Yeah, but like Bunty R4 was the biggest name going this year, and he played couple season. So I'm pretty sure.
The way Steve Roach talked about Bunty R4 was like a combination of Darren Messenger and Andrew Johnson just retired. He pretty much declared him the greatest Warriors player of all time. Just like we talk about the same person here. Bunty R4.
Good on you, Bunty.
When you're shouting at a blocker, you're on the wrong side of history on that one.
I'm not shouting. It was a joke. Okay. Last one before we go. Do you know who is last betting favourite to take the spoon?
Actually, the Knights, wasn't it?
Newcastle.
Your one?
Newcastle Knights and the Dragons, both $51 to win the premiership next year.
Well, the Dragons probably should be that price to win the premiership, but they shouldn't be fast Wooden Spoon because the Dragons went 2 games to win the Wooden Spoon. Well, that's just how Flanagan coaches. Like, he's a selfish coach who fights to keep his job, and that means investing in older players, not doing the right thing by the club, and developing young players. But they'll win 7 or 8 games. They're not winning the spoon. If I was looking for a spoon bet next year, I'd be Knights the obvious one. But I would have a little sprinkling on Manly as well. I can see the backside falling out of Manly.
Okay. You heard it here first. It's a good way to wrap things up this week, fellas. Thank you very much. Shout out to you, Surly. Appreciate it. Putting in
Cheers for coming, sir.
Thank you to the listeners, and we'll be back next week to do it all again on the Advantage.